They told him his career was over. Not metaphorically, literally. When the scaffolding collapsed beneath Daniel's feet on that construction site, he didn't just break his back. He shattered every promise he'd made to his daughter. The doctors used words like, "never walk again." His wife looked at him like he was already fading away. And his employer? They handed him a check just large enough to feel insulting, then told him to take care of yourself. 3 months later, sitting in a wheelchair inside their small apartment, Daniel made a decision nobody expected. He asked his wife to bring him bricks. Not books, not motivation. Bricks. Daniel had been a mason before the accident. 23 years of laying foundations for other people's dreams. He understood stone. He understood weight. He understood how something heavy could either crush you or support you. That first month at home, he wanted to disappear. He would stare at the ceiling fan, wondering if it could carry his weight. He would hear his daughter Lena whispering to her mother in the kitchen, "Why doesn't Dad smile anymore?" The pity hurt the most. Neighbors bringing food he didn't want. Old co-workers visiting with that look, the mixture of sympathy and relief that quietly says, "Better you than me." One afternoon, his wife Elena found him dragging himself slowly toward the balcony. She didn't panic. She simply sat on the floor beside him. Then she placed a single brick into his hands. Rough, cold, heavy. "You think you're the only one trapped down here?" she said softly. "I'm in this well with you. Lena is in this well with you." Then she looked him in the eyes. "So build, or let it bury you, but decide today." Here's something people rarely tell you about rock bottom. It's solid ground. You can build from it. Daniel started small. One brick, then another. He balanced them across his lap, wheeled himself slowly into the courtyard, and placed them carefully on the ground. His hands remembered what his legs had forgotten. The rhythm, the focus, the quiet meditation of building. Neighbors whispered, "Poor man, he's lost his mind." Former co-workers shook their heads. A master mason, reduced to stacking bricks from a wheelchair. But Daniel wasn't building a wall. He was building a ramp. Every brick that arrived, every stone that could have felt like another burden, he turned it into height. Day by day, brick by brick, he stopped seeing weight. He started seeing steps. 6 months later, the courtyard floor was 3 feet higher. A year later, Daniel could roll himself up to street level without using the narrow, broken ramp the building once had. But he didn't stop. He kept building. Higher, wider. People began to notice. A nearby school asked him to design accessible walkways. A clinic requested ramps for patients. What started as survival became something bigger. Expertise. 5 years after the accident, Daniel stood outside the small office of his own company. Elevation masonry, building access, building dignity. He still couldn't walk, but he stood tall, supported by the arm of his daughter, now 16, who had spent years helping him calculate load-bearing weights after school. In his opening speech, he didn't talk about inspiration. He didn't talk about defeating adversity. He talked about bricks. "People told me I was buried," he said. And they were right. But they forgot something important. I'm a mason. I know how to use what's heavy. I know that every load that lands on your back can either crush you or become the next step upward. He looked toward Elena in the crowd. She was crying. and smiling, just like the day she sat beside him on the floor. "The well doesn't decide your future," he finished. "You do, one brick at a time. So if you're standing in your own well right now, if the world keeps throwing weight on your shoulders, remember Daniel. Don't ask why it's happening. Ask what you can build with it. Shake it off, step up, and keep building." If this story meant something to you, stay with me. I share quiet stories like this every week,